Hey guys, this is Danny, and I'm here to just keep, helping you to show you how to implement AI into your design workflow. And piggybacking on the last video that I show you a little bit of what are the three main things in AI could help you in the pre-design process, which is part of the design process, but this is the pre-design, which is just before you get to that conceptual design. The pre-design is pretty much when you get all the feasibility and research, study, and meeting with the client. It's that first step before when you have that first conversation and get to know your client's needs and your client wants, and you kind of start getting familiar with the site constraints, the constraints on the code and all those things. And I'm trying to, give you an explanation of what are the three main things of how AI can help you in that pre-design process. As we discussed last time, a few things is kind of the first one, which is gathering insights on the market research. Second one is analysis and streamlining architectural decisions. And the other one is code analysis and site analysis and any other pretty much analysis regarding to the site. So let's jump into it. So today's going to be a kind of a workshop. So you can kind of walk along with me and hopefully we can kind of do this together. But the first one here, that AI is very great for getting insights, and the way specifically that I use it, and you can use it in different ways. For instance, when I have a project and we have like a project where it involves something very specific and you're not that familiar maybe with the type of people or companies out there that can provide those materials, or you just want to find something locally that you can contact and get more information about. I kind of put together this example that's something that, so right now we're kind of in Los Angeles and we're kind of working a construction project that involves multifamily, but we need something modular and prefab. So this is the kind of thing that I'm typing here, the prompt that I'm going to give it to ChatGPT. As you can see here, we're going to start from scratch. Again, guys, here I'm using ChatGPT Plus. I believe my account is $20 a week, but if you have like a company account, that's $25 and they don't share your data. For the company here, there's a settings where you can allow or not allow ChatGPT to use your data, which is great because then that ensures some security policies there, whether you have or your company has. So here, let's start. So let's start with this one here. And I already know a few companies in this area. I'm just gonna double check if the answers it's giving me are correct. And the great thing about it is that once you start kind of playing with it, it does give you the resources. So instead of just spending 20-30 minutes kind of looking for 3-4 different options, it's great to have 10 different options. You already have the links. It already kind of gives you a little bit on the data on the companies, and you can go farther away. So I know that this company, it's in the area, and I know the type of projects they do. So I know that this one here, it's a good company to start with, right? Like they do have the modular, the prefab buildings that I was asking for. They do multifamily. They have style-based architecture. They have the multifamily thing going on. So again, this was a great first pick for it. So let's say I want to be more specific and say, give me more information on one for the city for Los Angeles. And it might give me more information as far as the company and what they do and what projects they're working on. And it's great because I can kind of see that. Okay, so I'm gonna say, give me contact information, phone and email. Right, so here automatically will just give me that. It will give me address, phone number. It does not give me an email, but probably I can click here and it will take me to contact us, where I can actually try to contact them on that. And it also has several offices here. So again, it's just for the first example, it's great to kind of gather these insights, not just on contractors or people you can work with, but as far as materials. If you're working on a lead project and you're looking for something very specific, that's it's very useful for that. The next one here, let's clear these up since we're gonna be talking about something related to a completely different project. Okay, so here we have the analysis, streamlining architectural decision making. So this one here, the way I use it is a lot of times very specific to an address, like if I really want to get help on specific things. So for instance, with this case, I'm telling it that I'm working on a remodel on a specific address, right? And I want to recommend me some passive design strategies, sustainable materials and energy efficient systems, and maybe some possible site constraints that the city has. So here is just that first thing, just to kind of, again, for ChatGPT to give you some ideas on what should be taken into account. So just thought of it as a design assistant, or a thought assistant, where it's just somebody that is knowledgeable in the thing, but it's just giving you ideas to bounce around. So here, what ChatGPT is recommending is, for instance, the passive design strategies, orientation of daylight, natural ventilation, locally sustainable timber, recycled materials, and all these things. And let's say just for you is a little too generic, and you're like, well, yeah, but I want to need more information because I'm on a budget constraint. So you just think about having like a conversation with it. And here I'm gonna say, hey, I have some budget constraints. I want you to kind of list what are the items that are gonna cause the biggest impact at the lowest cost, and just kind of be pretty brief and concise. And I want to have more information on more or less the cost and the people that can provide these services to me in the city, right? So automatically come here, it will take what's the objective, and from there it will recommend me a few things here, energy loss, so air sealing and insulation. Here are the local providers, have their contact information right here, energy efficient lighting, high efficiency windows, solar panel installation. So from there, I can really start generating some strategic decisions towards the design, whether or not I want to spend that money and do that. And then, and I can kind of keep going saying, hey, I want to know more what the cause of this or something like that. The great thing, you also have resources here, so you can come here to the resources and you can really go through exactly what information has it been kind of researching from. And you can kind of go more specific into one specific aspect of you, whether or not you want to touch more based into the air sealing and insulation, or you can tell you to explain you why and what are the costs of those. So it's a great resource for that strategic decision making. And the last one is the code research analysis, and it's great because I use it a lot for plancha comments when, and not necessarily for it to give me an answer, but to kind of help me look for the resources faster. So this is an example. We got one of the projects that we're working on, and for instance, this one here, it just asked me to clarify what's the line of use of the site. I've already listed the chapter and all that. Now, I would normally spend 10 to 15 minutes kind of going to the website, going to Google, city of, county of Santa Barbara or city of Goleta, blah, 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 go to the chapter. So it will take me a good 10 to 15 minutes to even find the right link, get to the right section. But here, I can just, go here. This is like the one that I typed, so I don't waste your time. But tell it the address, tell it what I want specifically. I want the land use, the land use on that specific chapter. And I know that the building is an R4. I already kind of double check that. So let's see what it gives me here. So it is saying that it's an R4 zone allowing multifamily developments. For the temporary specific land use regulations are primary users. Okay, so it gives me the code. Great. And it gives me the resource, which is great, because it's probably going to take me to somewhere where I need to go to the map if I really want to double check. But the great thing is that it saves me, just getting to this map will take me 5 minutes to 10 minutes in the website just to even try to find the link where the city put this, right? So within reason, you can double check and all that, but you already have a good estimate on the answers, right? And you always have to double check that. Another resource that I'm not going to show here for the reason of the time, but I will probably put it in the next video, is the Upcode AI, and there's other AI tools that can really help you with this code research and finding resources here, because this is one of the things that takes us as designers a lot of time when we get comments, and sometimes we kind of trying to find that specific part of the chapter or something where AI can do it in only seconds. It does make the workflow a lot more efficient. So this is kind of what I have for you. Saying this is the 20% that will do a lot of the 80% of the work of the per design that AI can help you with. And just to kind of emphasize here, it's just the insights on the market, strategic decision making, and code research and analysis. So I hope you can test it out. And again, it's just having like a conversation. So don't expect that you're gonna ask a question and it's going to give you an answer right away. The more specific you go, the better answer it's going to give you. So otherwise, just try to go broad and then try to kind of, from there, try to go more specific and specific depending on the answer it's going to give you. This was all for today. I hope this helps you, and in the next videos we're going to touch base on the other parts of the design process. Thank you.